Hi, I'm Burke Brown, Director of Communications here at the Platte Institute for Economic Research. And this week we have something kind of exciting that we're starting, and that's going to be in conjunction with our weekly Platte Chat e-newsletter, a brief video that kind of discusses the subject matter for the week, as well as allows you a chance to get to know our authors a little bit better. So this week we're going to start it off with Alex West, an intern here at the Platte Institute, who is taking a look at the lessons that Nebraskans can learn from LeBron James's decision to go play for the Miami Heat, and what that means as far as states being competitive in drawing people with entrepreneurial spirit as well as high-income individuals.
Well, I was really motivated by some stories that raised the question of whether or not LeBron James made his decision based off of the taxes, because there was some significant difference between New York City, which charges millionaires up to 12.85% off the top, and Florida, where the Miami Heat are located, where they just don't have any income tax at all at the state level. So some people were postulating that maybe he chose the Heat because he was going to keep up $12 million right off the bat, $12 million that he wouldn't see if he went to New York. And so I thought that might be an interesting angle, kind of bring up here in Nebraska a specific instance where somebody chose not to go somewhere else because of the taxes. And with some of the financial troubles Nebraska may be facing here soon, some of the demands people are making on the state government as far as services go, I thought it might be an interesting perspective to raise for our lawmakers moving forward. Just the idea that raising taxes or the type of business environment you create here could cause entrepreneurs from out of state or businesses from out of state who are just deciding to expand or start up not to come here in the first place. This has really been a partisan debate for quite a while, whether or not raising taxes scares away the wealthy and business, and therefore that tax doesn't even necessarily increase revenues. That's really just been a debate between the stereotypical left and right for a long time. The difficulty with that debate is it's really hard to come up with a hard and fast statistic which proves one way or the other. Partly that's because, as I point out in my work, it's really easy to figure out how many millionaires there are in an area at point A and then point B. Just look at the tax receipts for that area. The difficulty comes in and when you're trying to estimate whether or not that rise or fall in the number of millionaires was because of a tax or because of recession, so there's just fewer millionaires because they have less money, or any other variable like that. So really the heavy lifting kind of falls on anecdotes like this instance with LeBron James possibly not going to New York because of the taxes there and choosing Miami instead, or just people talking about the friends saying, oh, I have millionaire friends who decided not to go to New York or they moved away. Instances like that are really powerful in swaying public opinion, and I thought this might be an instance where instead of just concentrating on people who are moving out of an area because of tax burdens, this is an instance where somebody decided not to take their business and their money to a specific location because of the tax burden. Well, I think the lawmakers in Nebraska can take from this the idea that not only are we to have to worry about bringing in revenues to pay for the state's needs and services and cover shortfalls that may be coming up here pretty soon, that's been talked about in the news, but you also need to take in consideration that we're competing with states around us for new businesses and upstarts and other sources of revenue. And if we start raising taxes, we make our state less and less appealing to these businesses and entrepreneurs, and they might just take their businesses to these other states. For example, two border states, Wyoming and South Dakota, have no state income tax. And if you're a businessman or an entrepreneur, and you have a business where you serve an area a lot larger than necessarily the local area, let's say it's an internet business, you're not really going to think about Omaha right away because you have to worry about your income taxes and other things like that. Well, if you just go to South Dakota or Wyoming, I mean, if you're serving an internet audience, you don't have to worry about having to pay income tax. Right off the bat, you save probably close to 6-7%, if not more. So that's definitely a lesson Nebraska's lawmakers can take, is the fact that we need to be conscious of the fact that we're competing with other states for these businesses and entrepreneurs' attention.